Hello there, this is Postdoc Chronicles week 92. So again, I forgot to do this last Friday, so I'll need to be quick because there's actually an ongoing LHC conference this week, presenting some of the latest updates from Alice, Atlas, CMS, and all these things. So it's an ongoing, there's like a live coverage of it if you're interested. But anyway, we're gonna talk about that in the Postdoc Chronicles for this week, which hopefully I'll be doing this coming Friday. And also, when I woke up, there's like an update email from our paper that we submitted. Like I said, we already replied to the referee regarding our multi-Higgs paper that is currently in PRD. Again, I'm gonna make an update of that this coming Friday for Postdoc Chronicles week number 94. What is it accepted? Was it rejected? Do we need to do something else? So I'm gonna talk about that in Postdoc Chronicles week 94. Yeah, but anyway, so this is an ongoing conference. Like I said, I muted it. But before we dive right into it, just very quickly, I want to present this game, The Witcher 3. Wild Hunt. So I actually tried this game when this came out, so there are a lot of these studios nowadays that are porting huge games to the Nintendo Switch, which is very cool considering that you can do it on the portable, the Nintendo Switch, you can play it portable mode, and The Witcher 3 is one of those. So it's ported by the team CD Projekt. So usually the people who do the witchcraft of porting huge games to Switch is the development team known as Panic Button. They did Doom, they were the guys behind the Rocket League, they were the guys behind Wolfenstein 2, but this is an entirely different group, and they're really very good because they were able to cram the entire game into a single cartridge. Most companies don't do that. Most companies, they will only cram half of the game, and then they will require you to download the rest of the internet, which is ridiculous. This one is actually, you can actually play everything is already found on the cartridge. So The Witcher 3. So I was playing this. I actually stopped for two reasons. So one is of course in game. There's an in game card game known as Gwent. There's this guy in the tavern who's like, "Oh, you care for some Gwent?" And then so it's like an in game card game within the video game. And the moment I saw it, I stopped doing the quest altogether. I just wanted it's like a strategy card game, like army versus army stuff, and then you collect cards also within the game of Witcher. And then you can play with other Gwent players. So I got addicted to that. And also, of course, one of the main reasons I stopped, I don't want to play this just yet, is because this is Witcher 3. And then when I look at the history of the game, I ask around, do I need to play Witcher 1, Witcher 2? I don't have other consoles. They're not available on the Switch. So what should I do about that? I realized that the game is actually based on a fantasy series that came out, decades ago, like in the 1990s. And what I decided to do is I actually read the first 7 books. The first 2 are short story anthologies, and then books 3 to 7 are the main. Those are all novels. Books 3 to 7 is the main storyline of Geralt of Rivia, Geralt the Witcher, as you can see him there. And so right now I'm in book 2. So I'm like around 10% of book 2, Sword of Destiny. So again, this is an anthology collection. So I was able to finish book 1, which is The Last Wish. So again, it's a bunch of short stories where there are a bunch of recurring characters that you get to meet, like of course Geralt, his bard assistant Dandelion, and then you have like Iola, Nenike, Yennefer, and all those people. But currently, this one is another bunch of short stories, and then after this, I'm gonna read book 3. They're fairly short, compared to the usual fantasy length of like Brandon Sanderson or Robert Jordan, where a single novel could reach thousands. These novels, they're typically like 300 pages long, so it's really very quick. But yeah, that's The Witcher on the Nintendo Switch. But anyway, currently this week, so I focused mainly on comparing the Checkmate and Atlas Cutflow, because like I said, I'm doing some validation for Checkmate, and like I've mentioned before, the data, once Atlas publishes a paper, all the relevant plots and data and signal and whatever are available in the HEP data website. So for this particular S-bottom search, you can see here the particular cut flow. So they introduce like existing cuts and then what are the remaining number of events that you expect. So I incorporated the similar requirement, similar Cutflow. So this is my code right here on Checkmate, and then C. So the first test is to see if they're really comparable. So I have like a mini table right there that I sent Jong. So the problem is, so it's not yet, because there are like three main signal regions. I just look at A first, but the rest should be the A and B and C should be straightforward. You just change some values around, change some conditions around of the signal region A that I already did here. But the thing is, I did not proceed yet because the reason is that in the first cut itself, like the missing energy trigger, so where it requires the missing ET should be greater than 250 GeV. In the Atlas Cutflow, they can retain events of like up to 90%, but mine in that initial cut alone, I'm retaining just like 70%. So I'm not sure. Where the huge difference is coming from. Of course, there's gonna be like a difference. It won't be exact, but it should fall. It should have like a small percentage error. But in this case, like 90% is very very far from 70%. So I asked Jong where the problem could arise, because I made sure that I used the exact exact spectrum file in generating the events. The exact spectrum file which was posted by Atlas, I copied it to the parameter card used by the event generator. So it's the exact benchmark point. So I don't know where the problem lies. And again, since this is my first validation, I asked Jong some advice for it. Fortunately, he said he will reply tonight. It turns out that, so I asked him like late last week. It turns out that he came from a vacation, so he just arrived today, and he said he would be replying tonight, to see what he's gonna look at it and see what the problem is. So maybe I'm overlooking something trivial here. But anyway, also there's this sub project in Atlas, which is a search for phenomenological minimal supersymmetric standard model, or PMSSM. High energy physics is ridiculous with their acronyms. But anyway, I'm doing some. I did some slides on our expression of interest. So Deepak told me to check it out, because I already did some pheno paper on SUSI, so maybe I can contribute. So actually later, I'm gonna present the expression of interest, what I can possibly contribute. But again, I'm gonna talk about that in the next Postdoc Chronicles. But right now, I'm gonna continue cooking my lunch, continue watching the ongoing conference at the same time at 2 o'clock here. The kick-off meeting for the PM SSM will start. But again, I'll talk about all these things in the next Postdoc Chronicles. But anyway, this has been Postdoc Chronicles week number 93. Again, you see Witcher right there. Here's my working station right here. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.